Welcome back to the Cine-Ops Podcast, the podcast where every episode we talk about a different movie. Sometimes it's recommended, sometimes we're talking about really good movies, sometimes we're talking about really bad movies, or sometimes we're just hanging out, I'm Alvi, I'm the host, my full name's Emilio Alvarado Toralba, everyone calls me Alvi, and right now we're in the middle of our Rocky marathon, and the cool thing about that was I did Rocky a long time ago, probably like in it might have even been 2020, 2021. I did the Rocky episode. I remember I got good feedback from it. And I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Kept on doing different things. And back then I was all like, sequels are, I was being like a snob or whatever. And I was like, sequels are just cash grabs or whatever. But really, they're movies too. There's so many good sequels. And I was just like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time with sequels. But of course, you know what? Who am I? Who am I to decide that? But, so we're doing sequels now. And some of the first ones we're doing are Rocky, right? We did Rocky 1. We got to know him. He had a chance to fight the best in the world, Apollo Creed. He fought him. He didn't win, but he was able to go the distance, right? He was able to go all the rounds without being knocked down and beaten to hell. And then in the second one, the crowd in the comments or whatever, they were like, hey, Apollo Creed can't be that tough if nobody was able to beat him. So Apollo Creed wanted the rematch. He got the rematch, and Rocky won. At the end of the day, he took another beating. They both took a beating, and Rocky won. At the end of the day, he won, and he won 50 mil. I think for the first fight, he won probably like 30,000, and this one he won 50 mil. 50 mil in the 80s, I think it was. So he's up. He's up. And that's exactly where Rocky 3 starts, right? It's the end of the second fight. He just won Apollo Creed's fight. He just won the rematch. He just won the rematch. And then it starts off with a montage, right? So we don't miss anything. In the first three movies that we've seen, they've picked up right after each other. A little bit of montage. That's how much time has passed, right? So it picks up right at the end of Rocky 2. He won. He won the fight. He's a millionaire. Right, he's a millionaire, he's the best. And then it shows a montage, and he's becoming a celebrity, right? The son of Philadelphia, everybody loves him. Hey, that's Rocky. We love Rocky. And he's doing more fights. He's doing other fights. He's getting more famous. He's getting more money. He's getting more famous to the point to where, right, at the end of the montage, he's done. He was already older, right? He's probably like, when he first fought Apollo, he's probably like 29, 30-ish, which is, to be a professional boxer, that's going to be tough on your body. But so now he's had a good little amount of fights. I don't want to say little, right? He's probably had some good fights. And then he's a heavyweight, so those fights hurt. So he had his shot at the title, beat Apollo Creed. He had some good fights. And it's a montage, right? And as we're watching the montage, we see him having more money, right? More luxury. He bought a big house. His wife is set. His kids are set. But at the same time as we see the montage of Rocky, we see a montage of a different fighter, a brother. Clubber Lang, Mr. T. And Mr. T was that dude in the 80s. A big fool, right? B.A. Baracus from the A-Team. So he was like a big deal, right? So we see him. He's training too. But he's not training with all the money that we see Rocky have now. He's training with the same ferocity and the same hunger that we saw Rocky have in the first movie, right? He's running by himself in dirty streets. He's wearing the same dirty hoodie, right? The same cotton dirty hoodie. He's running. He's training. So we're like, we were watching a montage. Like, who's that guy? I'm sure it doesn't matter. So we see him already, right? And his name is Clubber Lang. That's a good name. If you're going to, sometimes you want to have, imagine having a rival, but he has like a lame ass name. It can't be my rival. You got to have a good name, a good rival named Clubber Lang. Real clean. Sets the tone of who you are. Clubber Lang, maybe that's his birth name. Clubber, you know what I mean? I'll club you to death. Clubber Lang. So, it's Rocky, right? So he's Rocky. He's had his fights. He's doing everything. He's doing an exhibition match. It's, whenever you're a celebrity or a big known person in your field, they're going to do this silly, fun fight that everybody could come in and watch. And it's not for your record. They might count it as your record. But really, it's just like a fun thing that people are going to want to see, right? Even if they don't follow boxing, they're like, Rocky versus Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I'm going to tune in to see that. So it's this thing, right? So now it's kind of I don't want to say a show. He's putting on a show. It's not really a fight. He's putting on a show. He is putting on an exhibition, right? And it's planned. Like, so they're forced to, they make each other rivals. Hulk Hogan's like, I'm going to destroy you, whatever. And Rocky's like, hey, Adrian. And they're fighting each other. Hulk Hogan's huge. Rocky's small, right? So they're making Rocky merch. Rocky's a celebrity at this point. And he's doing the exhibition match. Everything is cool. And then the next day, they're like, hey, Rocky, meet us at the Museum of Art of Philadelphia, which is the steps that Rocky... So in the Rocky movies, you see the montages, he's training. He's always training, he's running. And when he finishes his run, he's running up these steps. He's running up the steps, and he gets to the top. He's like, yeah! Shadow boxing with the city in the background. So they meet him there. The mayor's like, oh yeah, meet us over here. And they meet him there, right? And then they're doing a nice big speech, and they're like, this is our gratitude. Thank you, Rocky Balboa. Thank you, Rocky Balboa. And they unveil a giant statue. They have a Rocky. And he's like, with the gloves, right? He's with the gloves. And Rocky can't believe it. He's like, whoa. He can't believe it, you know what I mean? Because he was just a nobody. Like 2 movies ago, he was a bum, a leg breaker. He was collecting for this mobster in the neighborhood. He just happened to become a better... Well, he was already a boxer. He just happened to have a chance. He grew. He took that chance. He kept doing it. And now he's on top and everybody loves him. Right? So maybe sometimes you feel like, hey, all right, man, I didn't do much. You shouldn't love me that much. So maybe there's like this sense of guilt. So you can't really believe that they have a statue. Right? So as he's, doing his speech or whatever, there's somebody in the audience. There's somebody in the audience, and it's Clubber Lang. And he's pushing through, right? He's big, bro. Shredded. Boom, pushing through the crowd. Hey, Italian. Or, hey, Stallion, they call him. He's like, hey, pity the fool. Right? He's coming in, he's talking shit. Because essentially, sometimes what you got to do to force a fight to happen, right? Say you're a boxer, right? And then you're working hard, but nobody really wants to see you fight. So sometimes the best thing to do is go to a bigger fighter, and you're going to instigate, talk some shit, instigate a little, and then everybody's going to be like, oh, we got to see this. We got to see this happen. So in a way, that's what's happening. But at the same time, he's really challenging him. And he's saying stuff like, you ain't nothing. You ain't nothing if that Apollo Creed didn't help you, if this and that, whatever. And then he kind of insults his family, insults his wife. He's like, oh, why don't I show your wife what a real man is, right? And Rocky snaps. He's like, hey, man, Adrian. And he's like yelling at him. And they pull him apart. And they go their separate ways, right? Mickey's the trainer, right? The old trainer, taking him inside. And he's talking to him. And he's like, and Rocky's pissed, right? He's furious. He's fuming. And he's like, no, I got to fight him. After what he did, I got to fight him. This and that. I can't let this stand. He's dead. And Mick's like, Rock, you can't fight him. You're like, come on, Mick. Let's train one more time. I'm gonna come at a time, man. We train one more time, and we'll beat him. And Mick's like, Rock, it's not that I can't train you. It's that you can't fight him. Mick, what are you talking about? And Mick confesses to Rock, and he says, look, Rocky, you're my boy. I'm your coach. I'm your trainer. My job is to protect you. And okay. And he tells him, he confesses to him that he has picked his fights. He has cherry-picked his fights. That means that whenever you're a boxer, for the most part, when you're a pro, you're going to fight twice a year, right? You have a 6-month fight camp. You're training. You fight. You take a break. You train. You fight. So when you choose, you're going to choose, which one. You could choose who your opponent's going to be on a lot of different reasons, right? Who's gonna get paid more? Who's a good, a person challenging for their belts, whatever it is. But at the same time, there's cherry picking, which means I'm going to pick this guy because I know he can't really hurt or beat Rocky. And that's essentially what he was doing. So from when he fought Apollo, and now we saw that montage of him being a boxer, being the best boxer, winning. Mick was actually behind that, picking boxers that he knew Rocky could pick easily, that wouldn't beat the hell out of Rocky, because we've seen Rocky take hella beatings, right? In the first 2 movies, that was his whole thing. He's like, nobody could take a beating like me. So Mick, in a way, is trying to protect him. But he's crying. He's like, I'm sorry, Rock. I'm sorry. But you can't fight him because, in a way, he's saying, you are not good enough of a fighter to fight this fighter, right? So just let it go. You won already. You have money. You have a good career. You have a family. Just, please get it. Just let it go. That's what he's telling him. And then Rocky, you know, he has a pride. He has his pride to think about as a fighter, as a man. And he's like, well, that's true. Then for more reason, I can't just let him go. I have to prove it to myself now that all the people that I beat is because I was really better than them. I was a better boxer. So I have to beat him now for real. And then Mick, I guess he feels guilt. You know, Rock plays on the heartstrings a little bit, makes him feel bad. Makes him feel like, yeah, it was the last thing we need to do. And Mick agrees. All right, we're gonna, we'll beat him we'll do it one last time. Right, they agree. And Rocky's like, yeah, Mick, come on, Mick. And then it starts, right? And it starts setting up his training. But the training that we've seen him do before is not the same training he's doing now. Right, we've seen him waking up. We saw him waking up at 4 a.m, drinking some raw eggs, running through Philadelphia, doing squats in the park, low budget training. That's what he was doing. And then we see him switch it up. He's in the boxing gym punching. He's catching a chicken. He's doing this. He's training. But now he rents out this nice hotel. He rents out the entire lobby because he has money. He sets it up for boxing stuff. People are allowed to come in, watch him training. Right? There's a live band playing. Paulie, his buddy, he's selling merch. Everything's good. It's like an amusement park. It feels like an amusement park. Everybody's coming in. It feels like a learning museum, right? Everybody's coming in. They're like, oh, there's Rocky doing jump rope. And then over here's the band. And Mick's like, what is this, Rock? We gotta get back to that nitty-gritty, Rock. Yeah, that's how Mick talks. And then and Rocky's like, hey, just relax, man. Everything's good. Relax. Because things are different. You got money, things are different. But at the same time, while we're watching Rocky train in luxury, Clubber Lang's over here doing push-ups in the dark. Boom, he's doing pull-ups in the dark. Why? Because he's full of rage. Well, you doing pull-ups in the dark? What do you need to see? You're down, you need to get up. You're down, you need to get up. That's it. And he's angry, right? You see him, right? You can just see the rage in his veins on his temples. Right? He's doing push-ups, doing pull-ups in an illy lit room. He's running, training, punching, speed bagging, just. And if you ever need fuel, right? Just think about it. If you're full of rage, it'll fuel you. You'll get there. If you're angry enough, you'll push your body, you'll push your mind, you'll achieve whatever you need to do. That's the end of the episode. Good night. Fill yourself with rage and do whatever you need to do. No, so Clubber Lang's he's training. And he's training hard, right? Just punching cinder blocks. I don't know, whatever it is he's doing. But Rocky, he's over here soft. I think there's an air conditioner in his gym. You know, I used to box a long time ago. I was like 16, 17. I had just left my house. You know what? Long story. But I would box, me and my buddy. We would box all the time. And we really thought that was going to be our way out. We were going to box. We were going to make money. We were going to make it. And we were about it, man. We were in there training. And then there was things that pissed us off. Right? The coach who trained everybody, he had his favorites. And then you really had to, I don't know, not beg, but I don't know what it was. But he had his favorites. So he was always training his favorites. Everybody else had to do it on their own. And then one day, right, we've been boxing there for a few years now. One day, we pulled up to the boxing gym and everything was gone. The building was empty. You looked inside the window, the ring was gone. All the bags, the slip bags, the mats, the speed bags, everything was gone. No explanation, no reason why. Everything was gone. But that's a story for a different episode. But anyway, what I was saying is what I was getting at is that the gym that I trained at, it used to be a garage, right? So they worked on cars there. Everything was just cement and brick, no AC, broken windows, and it was a beautiful place to train, right? All these guys would come in, we'd jump rope, we were all dirty, sweaty, punching each other, and it was hot. It was an oven. You felt like you were grinding. You felt like you were winning. And that's why I make the comment about the AC. Now, I think there's an air conditioner in Rocky's gym. And that there's a difference. When you work out in AC, when you work out with no AC, there's a difference. There's a mind game that you got to win. So the way I see it, Rocky has AC. Clubber Lang doesn't. But anyway, they're training. And we see that. And now it's the day of the fight, right? It's the day of the fight. Mick's not so sure. Rocky's like, yeah, I could do it. Yeah, no problem. I'll do it again. Yeah, I could win. I don't know, Rock. They're in their room. They're in their locker rooms. They're getting ready to walk out to the stage, to the ring. And they run into each other in the hall. Clubber Lang's team, Italian Stallion's team. And they start beefing in the hallways. And they're like, yeah, I hate you, Rocky. You ain't nothing but whatever. Talking hella shit. And Rocky's like, yeah, well. And then Mick is like, Rocky, let's get out of here. And there's a commotion, right? They're fighting each other. Somebody, it might have been Clubber Lang, pushes Mickey. Mickey's old as hell. Falls. Ah. Ah. And then like Adrian's like, Rocky, Mickey. Mickey. Right? So they're like, no, Mickey. Mickey's hurt. He like punctured a lung or something. He landed on the kidney or whatever. So they got the medics, they're taking him, and this is before the fight. They take him to the locker room. And it's time for fight. So like it's time for the fight. So Rocky can't hang out. He's like, Mickey, please just Mickey, just hold on, Mick. And then Mick's like hurt. He's like, Rock, you know what to do. Just don't stand toe to toe to him. Don't stand toe to toe with him. And move out the way, whatever. Right? Told him this coaching wisdom. He's like, I'll be all right. Go. And Rocky, he goes out. He's like, all right, I gotta go. I'll be back. And Rocky, he goes out there. He goes out there and same thing. Right? Same thing in the first few movies. His mind wasn't in it. And he's like, oh, Mick, are you all right? Oh, am I really a fraud? How many times do we think that? Bro, I'm a fraud. I'm a screw up. Deep reference right there. I'm going to screw it up. Deep reference. Kitchen nightmares. Mick's head's not in the game. Rocky's head isn't in the game. He's in the ring with Clubber Lang. And Apollo Creed is there. He's one of the commentators because he also retired. And now he's like, oh yeah, I just don't know. I know Rocky, he puts up a good fight and this and that. And Clubber Lang, he talks hella shit. So nobody's voting for him. Nobody wants him to win. And Apollo Creed, he goes up there. And he's trying to like say some nice words to Clubber Lang, to Rocky, right? So he's talking to Clubber Lang. And Clubber Lang's like, shut up, Creed. Get out of my face, Creed. Pushes him. Like, get out of my face, pretty boy. I hate you too. This dude's a bulldog. Clubber Lang's a bulldog. And he's like, well, Apollo Creed's like, all right. He goes talk to Rocky. And like Rocky's like, hey, punch his lights out. Hey, finish this guy. And do us all a favor. Knock this guy down. Right? And the fight starts. And Clubber Lang comes out of a corner with the ferocity. Oh, what is it? What would it be? He comes out of his corner with the ferocity of 100 hungry hyenas. Right? And Rocky's just that piece of meat. He comes out, bro. He starts punching them so hard. Pow, pow. Like, usually you get into a fight. You're testing each other's distance, seeing what that jab feels like. You're moving around. Nah. Clubber Lang, you usually go to the middle, feel each other out. Clubber Lang came straight up into Rocky's corner. Boom, beating the hell out of that boy. Boom, boom, crack, right hook. Tough ass right hook. Strong, heavyweight right hooks. Boom. If you throw a perfect right hook, the amount of force is equal to the pounds you weigh. These boys are heavyweights. That means 210 and up. So, boom. I think he was like 235. I think Clubber Lang was like 235. Rock was like 210, 215. Boom, 20 extra pounds. Boom, cracked him in the face. Boom, heavy hooks. Boom, boom. And Rock, first of all, money changed him. He wasn't training he wasn't dedicated to his training. He was hanging out. He had the band, the fans. He wasn't training as hard as he should, and he's feeling that now. Mick just got hurt. He's laid up in the back. Bro, this dude, boom, boom, took a first fight. Boom, can't do it. The bell saved him, right? Rocky just took a beating. I don't even think he was able to hit him. He was trying to swing. Boom, cracked him. Boom. Bell saved him. He's back in the corner. He's beat up already, bro. You know how hard you got to get hit to be bruised that bad in the first round? He's bruised up. But Clubber Lang is because he's angry and he hates him. I don't know if you've ever been so full of rage that you look at somebody and it's like everything that you are I stand against. You're a fake. I hate you. And if it wasn't for the people that protected you, you'd be nothing. That's what Clubber Lang is fighting for. I'm not saying I'm on his side, but I've felt that. Yeah, I felt that. I'm about to go beat somebody over right now. But anyway, Rocky's beat up, and he's like, "Yo, how's Mick?" Right? He's asking the people that are helping him out because his coach isn't there. "Yo, how's Mick?" He's like, "Rock, just focus on the fight, this and that." Boom. He goes back into the next round. The same thing happened. Clubber Lang just cracks him. Boom. Right hook, left hook, everything. Beats the hell out of Rock. Rock can't even think. He's trying to punch. He's never been hit so hard. Right? Apollo Creed hits hard. These dudes are killing him. Boom. He's getting rocked. He's dazed. Boom. Clubber Lang punches him one last time. I think he looks him right in the face. Boom. Cracks him one last time. Rocky gets knocked out. He gets knocked down to the canvas. Boom. The fight is over. 2 rounds. He's beat to hell. Clubber Lang won. Right? Clubber Lang's like, "Yeah, that's right. Anybody, whatever. Anybody." He's talking hella shit. The fight's over. They pick up Rock. And Rock doesn't even care, right? He lost the fight. He doesn't even care. Mickey's he's not in the rack, but Mickey's laid out. He's like, the doctor's like, "Oh, I don't know. It's not looking good." Oh, right. They're checking on him. And Rocky comes in. He's like, "Mick." And Mick's laid up like this, bro. Like, you can't see. He's just looking straight up. He's like, Rock, is it over?" "Yeah, it's over, Mick. It's over." "What happened?" "It was a knockout in the second round." He says, "Did you win?" "Yeah, I won, Mick. I won." And Mick's crying, like, "I knew it. I knew you could do it, Rock. And this and that. And you're my boy. And I love you." "And thanks, Mick. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. There's a lot more we got to do. All right, Mick?" And Mick's like, "I love you." And he silently passes away. And Rock's like, "Mick, no, Mick, no." And Mick dies. He dies thinking that Rocky won. Was that the right thing to do? Yeah, it was. And, so they go, they have Mick's funeral, and Rock's falling apart because he lost, I don't know, maybe it was like a father figure / somebody he really trusted, an older person he looked up to. He lost the fight to Clubber Lang because something happened. He's not the same fighter, this and that. I think Adrian tried to tell him, "Rock, you can't win." No, maybe I think she says that later. And Rocky's broken up about it, right? And everything's falling apart. And he doesn't know what to do. He's riding his motorcycle around town. He doesn't know where to go. And he goes to Mick's gym, right? There's this empty, dark gym. And he goes in there and he sees the picture of himself on the wall. This is the gym he grew up in, right? The gym where he met Mick. And he's crying, right? He's like, oh, he throws the trash can at the picture of himself. And you hear, "I thought I might find you here." "Oh, who's that? Who's that?" "Apollo?" And it's Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed. He's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I was waiting for you at your house, but your wife says you whatever. And I thought, you might be here." He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing here, Apollo?" This is the first time we see Rocky and Apollo have a civil conversation not as opponents. That's what I'm trying to say. And he's like, "I know what happened to you. I know what's wrong. I know why you lost." He's like, "What are you talking about? There's no way you could know what I. Nah. The Rocky that I saw in that ring wasn't the same Rocky I fought the first time." He's like, "What are you talking about?" "You lost it. You lost that eye of the tiger." He's like, "What are you talking about, man? What are you talking to me for?" You know what I mean? He's like, "I'm going to train you, Rock. We're going to train, and we're going to knock out Clubber Lang. And we're gonna kill this boy. We're going to kill this dude. And we're going to finish him. You're going to finish him. Because we're going to train together. And you're going to finish Clubber Lang." And he's like, "Why? Why would you help me? Why would you do that?" He's like, "One, one, everybody wants to see this guy go down. And two, if this works, you got to do a favor for me. And he's like, what's the favor? He's like, we'll talk about it later. So he agrees. Rocky's like, all right, you know what? I mean, yeah, I'm down in the dumps. This might be my way out. This might be how I can get over this. And he goes with Apollo. And he goes with Apollo back to his hometown, LA. And he brings, Adrian, Paulie. And they're there in their hometown, dirty little neighborhood. And he's like, what are we doing here? And he's like, well, this is where I started, Rock. This is where I started, Rock. So this is where you're going to start too. So you go into this dingy little gym. A gym with no AC. And he goes in there, and it's probably like 15 black boxers, right? Hungry, tired, grinding boxers in here. And they're all, speed bagging, jump roping, sparring, shadow boxing. And when Rock walks in, they all stop and they look at him. And they're mean mugging him, right? And Apollo says, look at their eyes, Rock. You see what that is? It's the eye of the tiger. They're hungry. They want it. And that's what you lost. And that's what we're here to get. And it's like a whole back and forth. Apollo's back. The coach is like, Apollo, hey, it's good to see you, my boy. So they're back, right? And Rocky's like, all right, let's do it. And they start their training, right? And Rocky's going through the motions, right? He's jumping the rope. He's working on his footwork, right? And then Apollo Creed is telling him, like, hey, all right, look, we're going to spar. They're sparring. Apollo Creed's like, all right, man, get ready. I'm going to fight just like he would fight. He said, hey, he's coming. He's boom, right hooking. Boom, boom. He's strong. Rock, come on. Move. You got to move your head. You got to move your feet. Come on, move. And Rock's like, okay. Right? Rock's like, oh, he's getting beat up. And Apollo Creed's like, all right, here we go. Boom, boom, hooks. Boom, hooks. Boom, hooks. And he said, what's the matter with you, Rock? What's the matter with you? Yells at him. He's tired of him. Hey, what's the matter with you? And Rock's like, tomorrow. And this is where we get that moment. That incredible moment. That incredible motivational montage moment. And he's like, what's the matter with you, Rock? And like, tomorrow. And he says, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Boom. And you hear it. You hear the song. Boom. Eye of the Tiger. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. He says, there is no tomorrow. And you see Rock, he's looking at himself in the mirror. Adrian is looking at him like, oh, it's going to be a tough one. And he locks in. Sometimes you got to lock in. You lock in. He's like, all right. And they're running in the beach, right? They're running in the sand. And Rock can't keep up with Apollo. He can't keep up. He can't run fast enough. He's never ran in sand. I don't know. And then they're punching. They're sparring. Boom. Rock can't keep his rhythm. He can't keep his footwork. Boom, the speed bag, he's slow. His mitts, he can't catch him. And little by little, he locks in. And he's hitting speed bag, right? He's wearing a tank top. There's like a crop top showing his abs. His shorts get smaller. You see his muscles in his hamstrings. Now he's doing the footwork, right? Now he's getting it. Boom, he's jabbing and moving. He's getting the flow. Right? He's getting that edge. He's getting that fight, the eye of the tiger. And he's training. And he's running in the sand with Apollo. Boom. And when he used to lose, he passes him. Boom. He passes him and he beats him in the little race. This signifies that, hey, I'm ready. I can do this. And it's like a beautiful montage. I would say Rocky 3 has the best training montage. Then Rocky 4. And then Rocky 2 are, interchangeable. So I would say the best montages are 3, 4, 1 and 2, 2 and 1, 1 and 2, whatever it is. So you want to work out, watch this montage. He's like, there is no tomorrow. Right? So I had the Tigers playing. He did it. He's shredded. He's ready to box. Go time. So that was a big what Rocky learned from Apollo is how to keep a certain rhythm, right? How to be dancing around, light on your feet, light footwork, you're moving around, you're bobbing and weaving. Because a lot of times Rocky's a heavyweight, you're going to stand in the same spot because it takes a lot of energy to move, right? You're going to rely on your power, your hooks. You're not going to move so much. That's called standing toe to toe. He can't, you know what I mean? So if the other dude is just as strong as you and you guys don't move, it's a slugfest. Both of you are going to get beaten to hell. But Apollo, he taught him how to move, how to jab, all this stuff. And now he knows it. Now it's the day of the fight. Right? And Apollo is like, hey, I want you to wear these. And he's wearing the trunks that Apollo wore when he fought him. Oh, Creed, come on, man. I can't do this. I said, yeah, just do it, man. Just do us all a favor. Knock his ass out. And Clubber Lang, he's still angry, right? He was still doing his training. Boom, same thing, doing pull-ups in the dark. He's doing his training, and he's angry, too. And he's like, shut up, Apollo Creed. I'm going to beat your ass, and then I'm going to beat Rocky's ass, and whatever. I'm the best. I hate everything. That's right. Fueled by rage. The fight starts. Clubber Lang, he tries to do the same thing. Boom, try to do the same thing, but Rocky's moving now, right? So Clubber Lang would just come in, straight, boom, back him into that corner on the rope, control him with the hooks, boom, boom, power, right? Non-stop power. But now Rocky's moving, right? He's pivoting, he's bending at the knee, he's moving, and he's outmaneuvering, right? He's maneuvering Clubber Lang, boom, catching him, countering, right? Countering, boom, Clubber, he feels it. It's a different Rock from the beginning of the movie, boom. And he's like, all right, boom, end of the first round, right? It's the end of the first round. He's like, hey, Rock, you're doing good. You know, Clubber Lang got a few on him. He got a few on Clubber Lang. Boom, round 2. And now Rocky, he's fueled by his family, right? His friends, Mick, his coach, someone he loved, and Clubber Lang just rage. So maybe he's a little bit blinded by the rage, right? That's the thing about being fueled by rage. And he's angry, he's punching, boom. But Rocky's countering, he's hitting him back too, boom. So now they're both a little stunned. Round's over. And here we go again. And here we go into the third round. And Rocky enters the flow state, right? He knows it hurts. He knows how to move. Clubber Lang is just blind, right? Boom, he's angry like a wild dog. Boom, and Rocky's punching him. Boom, thinking about Mick, thinking about his family, thinking about the lies, right? He's thinking about like, oh, you know, I wasn't a real boxer. Mick picked all these fights for me to protect me because he didn't believe I could do it. He was protecting me. But no, I am, right? So I am a good boxer. I am strong enough. I'm a good enough boxer to win. This is for Mick, right? And he's punching him. Boom, and he comes over with a right hook. Boom. Finishes Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang goes falling. Boom. And Rocky wins. And Rocky wins. And they're like, Rock, you did it. Everybody's happy because this is probably one of the hardest dudes he's had to fight yet. I mean, Apollo Creed was pretty tough. But Rocky won. He outboxed him. He learned. He didn't lie to Mick, right? He did, you know, it was around, one fight later, but he did win. Mick, I won. I did it for you. Mick, I did it. And Rocky really did. And he did. And he was the best. He proved it to himself. He proved it to Mick. You know, I did it, Mick. I wasn't just a fake boxer like people were saying. I did it. And they're like, yeah, Rocky. And they're all happy you did it. And that's, Clubber Lang is finished. He's done. But it just leaves one small matter. Just one small thing. When Apollo Creed said, hey, I'll train you, and if it wins, everything works out, you're going to have to do a favor for me. Hey, now it's time to collect. Well, some time passes, and then you see Rock's like, hey, Apollo, what are we doing in the gym? What are we doing here? And, there's something. Hey, this is the favor you owe me. And they're both in sparring gear. They're both gloved up. He's like, no, we need to see, just me and you, one-on-one, we need to see who's the best boxer for real. Right? There's two. We did 2 movies already. Right? I won 1. You won 1. We need to see who's the best out of us 2. Because they're buddies now. They're friends. He's like, all right, let's do a friendly match. Right? And when you spar somebody, there's going to be like, hey, there's a light sparring. Right? That means like, hey, don't really hit me with all full force. Or there's sometimes you're like, hey, I'm going to work on my head movement. So I'm not going to hit. I'm just going to kind of like bob and weave. And then, I'm going to work on my offense, whatever it is. So now they're going to do an equal match, like a little spar. They're going to do a match. They're going to fight each other. A friendly match. A friendly boxing match. Probably best out of 5. Best rounds out of 5 or whatever. He's like, oh, okay, you want to see who's the best, all right? And like, yeah, that's right, Rock. And they come at each other, and they both throw punches at the same time. Boom, freeze frame. And that's how Rocky 3 ends. Rocky 3 started off as a celebrity, right? The son of Philadelphia. Everybody loved him. He kind of felt like he didn't deserve it, and that only proved more when Mickey told him, hey, I kind of cherry-picked these fights. You're not really as good of a boxer as you might think. But, I did it to protect you. And then this guy comes out, calls him out. He fought some, lose. He lost Mick. He trained with Apollo. He came back. He's a better boxer. Defeated Clubber Lang. For Mick. Hey, this one's for you, Mick. And that's our boy in Rocky 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I hope you win your fights. Yeah, we're a movie podcast, but you could talk to me too. I have a few questions I've been saving up from listeners or whatever. From fans, from listeners. I have a few questions saved up, and we'll go over them. Maybe you need some advice. That's fine. I'll help out wherever I can. And, let me know if you guys like the episode, what movie series you want to hear next, or what movie, standalone, whatever it is. I'm here to have a good time, tell a couple of stories, crack a couple of jokes. Let me know. Love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.